no bond.
TEA has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. In the middle. Which one do you do? Fire Mike Miles! Fire Mike Miles! Fire Mike Miles! Fire Mike Miles!
Afuera Mike Miles. 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 The people united will never be defeated. 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 The people. Schools? What schools? Whose schools? Whose schools? What schools? Whose schools? What schools? What schools? Public schools. What schools? What schools? Public schools. Our school. What schools? Our schools. Our schools. What schools? Our schools. Whose school? Our schools. What schools? Our schools. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Oh, hey, hey, ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. TEA has got to go. Welcome. Ho, ho. Welcome. TEA has got to go. Welcome. Let's clap for ourselves. Get up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to start with Bishop Dixon telling us why we're here.
Good morning, freedom fighters. Good morning, freedom fighters. Good morning, believers in democracy. Believers in public power. We are glad to be here today. It's unfortunate that we have to be here, but it's necessary. On a Saturday morning in Houston, we have to be here today. Rather than at home enjoying our families, rather than having a day off with our children, we have to be here today. My name is Bishop James Dixon. I'm the president of the Houston chapter of the NAACP. I am also the vice president of the Texas Multicultural Advocacy Coalition that's made up of blacks, Asians, Hispanics, whites, and many others. I want to thank Ruth Kravitz and all of the leadership team, the organizers, all of our elected officials who are here. Gene Wu, Ron Reynolds, Jolanda Jones, all Councilman Pollard, Jarvis Johnson, all of our elected officials. I think, was it Christina's here? Christina Morales, John Rosenthal, all here. Let me just quickly say this because other speakers are coming. Please hear me good. We must unite and we must fearlessly fight against apartheid. I really want us to understand that apartheid does not happen by coincidence. It happens very intentionally. That the powerful are oppressing the perceived powerless. When they organized this strategy, what they did not expect was for all of us to unite to stand and fight against it. They thought we would be quiet. They thought we would be docile. They thought we would go for the okie doke and just accept it as normal life. But we came today to say, hell no. Let me say this to us today. This is taxation without representation. And so I want you to know that this is what real America looks like. Because real America was founded protesting against taxation without representation. The others are rebelling against American democracy. When you want to have a $4 billion bond and put $4 billion in the hands of a system that does not include public voice when you're spending public dollars, that is taking us backwards towards oppression. It's apartheid, and we would stand for that. So in closing, you cannot close libraries and pass a bond. You cannot fire competent teachers and administrators and pass a bond. In plain English, you cannot keep Mike Miles and an undemocratic board and pass a bond. So to our religious community, our political community, and the business community, don't expect a bond to pass until you get rid of Mike Miles and this board. Let us keep fighting today. Forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. Forward ever, backwards never. Forward, backwards. God bless you. Let's bless America.
Okay, we have parents, we have teachers, we have students speaking today. Before the next speaker starts, let's internalize, sorry to use that word that Mike Miles uses inappropriate on teachers, students, and schools. We need to remember this is a marathon, not a sprint. If you've just joined the movement, there's food at the table for you. If you've been here for a while, get a good night's sleep and let's keep working. Let's clap. I'm introducing Corey Flores. She is the organizer. She's a Briar Grove parent, and she's going to speak.
Okay, hello. I'm very nervous, but y'all are a lot easier than my conversation in front of some people on Thursday. Anyhow, my name is Corey Flores, and my two boys go to Briar Grove Elementary School. Recently, the horrors of Mike Miles and his board of managers finally hit our school, taking out 13 teachers, including my son's second grade teacher. Our last year's Teacher of the Year and my son's greatest hero, who believes in him so much, but no more than every other single lucky student lucky enough to have her as a teacher. We love you, and we stand with you in our school. Go Roadrunners. I had not been oblivious prior to this bombshell that hit Briar Grove, but when the horror finally hit hard close to my home, impacting my children, I finally truly dialed in to all that was happening in this new HISD circus. It took me too long. As I dialed in, I couldn't ignore how many voices needed to be amplified, how many bodies wanted to unite to stand together in their outrage and say, we are HISD parents, students, teachers, principals, custodians, wraparound specialists, librarians, and we won't let Mike Miles continue to dismantle our schools and destroy our children's futures. I am speechless at just how many voices and bodies there are and now how hopeful I am feeling. My message today is for anyone who still believes that their school can remain untouched or unchanged under this hostile TEA takeover. Because as a Briar Grove mom, I naively believe the same and I regret it. You are being lied to and used as part of an unscrupulous strategy to manipulate us using the inequity that has always existed in education, but especially in HISD. You all know the story now. It's not a good one. A and B schools were told that they would not be touched. This strategy persuaded parents like me to stay quiet when I knew better. As we watched in horror while children and staff in the new NES system lost fundamental learning tools and rights. Fear left me ripe to believe lies, that if I played by the rules and didn't make noise, my school, my kids, my teachers, staff, and library wouldn't change. But you guys, that is all a lie and only meant to further divide us. They want to divide us so we can't unite like this and do anything about it. Mike Miles and his board of managers are a circus, and this is one of their illusions. If you live in an unaffected area right now, River Oaks, Westview, Tanglewood, I call on you. It's only a matter of time. I understand the temptation to believe the lie, but I regret believing it myself and not standing up earlier. If you live in Texas, for that matter, they are coming for your public schools, and the time to stop it is now. The way to stop it is together. These are our kids in our schools. We are stronger. We have more endurance than them. Today gives me hope and leaves me energized. Now I have to bring this energy back to my laptop into my room tomorrow, maybe Monday, because I'm really tired now. But I have to carry this momentum into less exciting and more solo tasks, like writing emails, making the calls, having the sit-down talks, posting the post, gathering the actual data, and voting in every single election, including the one happening now, to make sure that everyone in this country knows what is really happening in HISD. I hope you will all do the same. And then let's get back together soon like this to recharge and to feed each other's energy and courage. Because as my new bestie, Ruth, likes to say, this is not a sprint. And we need each other to make it to the finish line of this marathon. Thank you guys so much for coming out today.
We're going to say some things you can do in between each speaker. To quote State Representative Jones, it is never too late to get involved, and the time is now. Before our next speaker, I want to remind us who our target is. The Board of Managers are appointed with no power, and they rubber stamp everything. They are not your target. Governor Abbott is your target. The Texas Education Agency, hiding behind his appointed position, Mike Morath, is your target. But the real target are the Greater Houston Partnership elites who believe every PR piece that Mike Miles shares every single day and think that this takeover is good for children. And it's not. So I'm going to point again. GHP, are you listening to Houston? GHP, are you listening?
GHP, are you listening to Houston? 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 GHP, are you listening to Houston?
Buenos días, mi Houston. ¡Woo! Qué hermoso ver a toda mi gente. Lo voy a decir en español para que mi gente lo entienda, para que mi gente no tenga miedo de venir aquí a dar sus testimonios, porque es importante que nos oigan. Más del 50% de los estudiantes en Houston son hispanos. Es importante que nosotros tengamos información en español. Es importante que nuestra comunidad hispana empiece a dar su testimonio. Es importante porque ya basta. Ya basta, ya basta de la opresión, ya basta de los acusos, los acosos, las mentiras, ya basta, ya estamos cansados y es la hora de escuchar a los niños. Ahora tengo más de un año de estar haciendo esto y me da mucho gusto de ver a toda la gente aquí. Gracias por estar aquí, gracias por el apoyo. Esto está afectando a las comunidades hispanas como no lo imaginan. Nuestros hijos hispanos no están recibiendo una educación. Tenemos que luchar para nuestros hijos con deshabilidades, nuestros hijos que necesitan aprender inglés. Necesitamos hablar para nuestros hijos, abogar para nuestros hijos. No teman, ahorita es la hora de ya no temer, porque necesitamos pelear para nuestros hijos, nuestros maestros, nuestras escuelas. Es importante. Me encanta que estamos unidos. Gracias, Houston.
Muchísimas gracias.
We're going to move backwards. Hello, we are going to now listen to another parent, Deanna Johnson, who has had the unfortunate displeasure of being subjected to the horrible treatment of Mike Miles at her school, just like Jessica did. Let's clap for her.
Hi, everybody. I unfortunately saw Mike Miles and what he did in real time. So I have lupus, so it takes time for me to get to school. I have a debilitating disease. So the school ended up calling me, telling me that my daughter has to be picked up from school because she missed too many days, as opposed to asking, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Are you okay? They kicked my daughter out of school because I am sick. So, yes. So I seen what Mike Miles has done in real time, and helping unhoused students is not in the plan. Nobody knew anything about the McKinney-Vento Act. Nobody could help me. They refused to help me. And unfortunately, I saw the ramifications, and it's like they don't care about brown and black students. You have to consider the source. Where has Mike Miles come from? Where was he born? Why does he hate himself so much that he reflects it on our children? You have to play chess. Knock on the doors of these people that are elected. Ask them and hold them accountable. What are you doing for these schools? We have to be able to do something about this. But yes, I've seen this in real time. Mike Miles does not care about our children. We have to fight on our own, and we have to hold every single person accountable that's doing this.
Thank you.
Hi. Good morning. My name is Melissa Yarborough, and I was teaching in HISD until January when I couldn't stand it anymore. And my kids still go to, can you hear me? Okay. My kids still go to an NES school, unfortunately. The takeover is bad for our kids. NES is bad for our kids. And as a teacher, I can tell you, they need a good teacher who stays in the school. And when teachers are being fired over little things like desk placement and the size of an index card, that's bad for our kids. And when they're getting threatened over big things, like my colleague who had to take off days for cancer treatment. And like me, who was being threatened for teaching relatable, relevant texts instead of daily STAR practice, that's bad for our kids. My students are in under-resourced communities, and so they deal with extra challenges, and those are not being supported anymore. And my students, many of them are learning English as a second language. How smart. And some of them are learning English as a third language. Wow. But Mike Miles sees their knowledge and experience as limitations. And so he limits their learning opportunities to daily STAR practice with daily STAR slideshows and worksheets. Instead of motivating students to find a joy and passion in learning, it has become a daily chore at threat of punishment. And before the takeover, we could do things like build community. We could get to know our kids on the first day of school. We could reflect and celebrate with them on the last day of school, and that's gone. We used to laugh. My kids, when they come home from school, from their NES school, I have always asked them, what was the best and worst part of your day? Because you can learn a lot that way. But this year, it has started to be nothing, just a flat line, same as every other day. No wonder the kids don't like school. No wonder the teachers are demoralized and resigning. No wonder the kids are walking out and the parents are standing up to protest. Since the state took away our democratic right to get rid of this board, we have to talk to our elected officials to tell them we demand change. We have to demand that they fire Mike Miles. We have to get involved with community voices for public education and sign the petition and stay connected and informed. And we have to vote like our children's future depends on it.
We won't win this fight without people on the inside. That means principals, assistant principals. For all the teachers who are speaking, like Melissa Yarborough here, let's clap. For all the executive directors and division heads and principals who haven't spoken because they forget their obligation to the people over themselves, look at me, listen to me. We ask you to join this fight for our kids. And I have the great pleasure of introducing a principal who has joined this fight for our kids. Her name is Jessica Berry, Harrod Middle School.
Good morning, everybody. For everybody who is in the back and cannot see, I want everybody to look at all of the children standing up here. Because at the end of the day, this is their future. This is their lives. We are adults, we make decisions, we know what decisions we are making, and we can decide what that impact has on us. Our children don't get to decide. They don't have the voice you have. So, every fight, every email, every phone call, picture the kids in your life who do not have the opportunity to speak. Picture all of the students who are told that they will be suspended, that they will get detention, that they will receive consequences if they speak out. All of these kids deserve an education. Houston deserves a population of students who can lead our city after we are gone. Houston ISD is leading with fear from the top. This morning, I logged on to check my email and have been locked out of all HISD email accounts. With still zero communication on whether or not I have a job. But on Tuesday, my students still come to school. On Tuesday, my students still expect to see me there in the morning to greet them. So, when you are fighting, remember, whatever the reason you are fighting, it has to be for our kids. Our kids are the future.
Is it on? It's on. Hey everyone, I'm Amor, the daughter of the, Hey everyone, I'm Amor, the daughter of the elected trustee, and today I wrote a poem called Our Schools Are Crime. Our schools are like prisons, as our youth and our livelihood has now been imprisoned. Our schools are like refugees existing with no libraries. Our literacy has been threatened. Our schools are like war zones. Many teachers and students are frightened. Good teachers are losing jobs and kids are being sent to alternative schools. What happened to staying united? Why must for our originalities must we be punished? You see, all we ever wished for was to have our education protected. And that's my poem, Our Schools Are Crying.
Hi everyone. I'm the elected trustee. That was my daughter. I represent District 2, most of Northeast Houston. My name is Savon Moore. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I was an airborne ranger for 10 years. I'm a Howard University graduate. My church is in Sunnyside, Greater Morning Star. I never thought that after I was deployed that I would have to come here and fight for my children's access to a public education. 2 years ago, I went to a board meeting. Thanks to Kathy Bluford Daniels, I asked for my school to have a magnet program, and they voted for it. For the first time, my children were able to go to UIL chess, UIL math, UIL theater arts. But then a takeover came, and he took every teacher away. He took the principal away, and they were about to start college prep. Both of my children are gifted, but they don't care about the gifted individuals on my side of town. So they created an NES program. It's more so like a prison. The only people that remain were 2 VPs, a counselor, and the police officer. But now the police officer is gone. The VP is about to leave. My daughter wrote a book. She was excited about taking that book to the library, showing her teachers, showing her peers, but our library is closed. They have the money for everything else. They have the money for everything else, but they don't have the money to keep our libraries open. They have the money for everything else, but on my side of town where they need wraparound specialists, they said no more. They have the money for everything else, but no longer we will have custodians, and if they do come back, they won't have any benefits. It doesn't matter what zip code you're in, what part of Houston you're in, we all deserve a good, quality, equitable public education. As you can see, my children are to my left and my right. I'm not here because I'm elected. I'm here because I'm a father. I represent every black father. I represent everybody on the northeast, on the southeast that does not have someone to speak up for them. We matter too. So I really appreciate you all showing up, but it can't stop for today. Because people oftentimes forget that we matter on our side of town. We just experienced a storm. The lights were on in downtown, but for 6 days, our side of town was dark. For a whole year since the TEA has taken over, our side of town has been dark. And I'm telling you, they're coming for your side of town next. So remember, public education matters, our kids matters, and you gotta keep showing up. And in November, use your vote, because that's the only voice that we have left. God bless you and God bless HISD.
Thank you for being such an attentive audience. We're going to add facts. Yep. We're going to add a fact. Mike Miles lies to us. Let's repeat it. Mike Miles lies to us. Mike Miles lies to us.
Mike Miles lies to us.
And here's the thing. If we let him, it's just like so many times before. We need to assemble a coalition across this great city and know that this is a long fight, but we will win it. So when he says things that you know are wrong, tell the media. He said last year that 800 middle school children from McReynolds, from Key, from Fleming, from Sugar Grove, from North Forest, that some other schools got their field trips. He said 800 people at the NES schools would be 8th graders going to Japan. I support that, but not because of his lies. Because ultimately, there will be 16 to 20 kids from each of these schools going tomorrow, and he lied to them, he lied to their parents, he lied to the community, and he lied to us. So I'm here. When he says that parents and teachers are universally happy with their libraries taken away, with teachers who are 19 years old without college degrees who are uncertified, with firing teachers who are teachers of the year, we say. So let me introduce to you Susan Espinosa, special ed teacher.
I have been a special education teacher in HISD for 27 years in 3 different schools. Only have I taught children with special needs. And on Thursday night, I was fired. All I want to say is to all the parents here, whether you have a child with a disability or not, please speak up. Ask questions. And if you do have a child with a special needs, as time goes by, ask those questions. How many adults are in my child's classroom? How many students are in my child's classroom? What type of support services are they getting? Ask questions and scream loud when you don't like the answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next speaker is Liz from Crockett.
Hey y'all, my name's Liz. I am a magnet mom. I wear that badge. Hold up. Hey, can you hear me now? Hey, all right, I am a magnet mom and I wear that like a badge of honor. Recently, I took a tour of Bruce Elementary with Ray Winkler. It was a one-on-one tour. He said that, you can't hear me? Hey, Hey, all right. Hey, recently I took a tour at Bruce Elementary with Ray Winkler. It was a one-on-one tour. Yeah. He told me that their fine arts magnet programming was better than ever since becoming NES. This was not true. They do not have magnet tours. They do not have a magnet coordinator, and they have only one music class. On that tour, I saw in their music class, they were doing worksheets. Worksheets. That school, for being a fine arts magnet, was way too quiet. Way too quiet. You didn't hear any music. You didn't see any pictures on the wall. It was sad. My kids go to Crockett Elementary. When you walk down those hallways, you hear music bumping from the dance class. You hear drums. You hear orchestra. You hear violins. You see student art on the walls. It is magical. I know Bruce feels like they lost that magic. And I would hate to see that happen to my kids' school, any of our kids' schools, whenever those classes are to be replaced with dyads. Dyads are not high-quality instruction. Dyads are not high-quality instruction. I think we might have higher standards to what high-quality instruction is than Mike Miles. I think it's time that we force Mike Miles to resign and get back our democratic right to vote for our school board of managers. Until then, no trust, no bond.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Debbie Jane. I'm a teacher with HISD. I've been with the district for 30 years. I was even ESL Teacher of the Year last year. Even though my FMLA was denied in October, I took my paid leave to help my daughter in Washington State following her surgery and cancer treatment. Because I took more than my 15 days absence, I got terminated. I was pulled from the classroom in November, and I've been reassigned the whole year. If the district thought that I was going to quit, they were wrong. I'm still here. And I'm still waiting for a verdict from the judge. But thank you for being here. We need you to spread the word. We need to get to Abbott and Morath and let them know. Don't ruin our HISD public education system from within. Give it back to us. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Brandy Dowda, and I am a librarian. Last year, in the middle of the summer, I found out my campus would become NES aligned, meaning I lost my position as librarian, and more importantly, my students lost their library. The school I transferred to will be NES next year, and this week, Hurricane Floyd's wind swept through and dismantled the shelves right in front of my students. I could not offer them comfort to my students when the truth was right in front of them. They knew they were losing a valuable space where they can relax, learn, and create together. Reading is a gateway to endless possibilities. For our school children, libraries are the one-stop shop for limitless knowledge. When students come to the library, they don't know they're learning. They just know they're having fun, working together, and there are books they can take home and enjoy. Yeah. Libraries are and have always been the safe space. But Miles doesn't believe students require nurturing and care. He is removing the guardians of these safe spaces to make it easier to destroy them. The time to wait and see is over. Hurricane Floyd is a Category 5 ripping through our schools. While we wait out this storm, I urge the community to come together in collective action. We must continue to show up and educate community members about the inhumane treatment of our students. I call upon literacy organizations such as Books Between Kids and the Barbara Bush Foundation to coordinate with CVPE and Friends of HISD libraries to help us get books into the hands of our students who are losing their libraries. We will weather this storm as we have everyone before. Together, Houston strong.
Okay, I know we're getting a little hot. We've had some parents speak. We had some teachers speak. We're gonna give you one more parent who started this with an 1 million hit TikTok, and then we're gonna hear from a couple electeds, and then we're gonna hear from a couple of students. If you want to talk, you can talk at the next board meeting. This is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be the next protest. You can hold a protest in front of your schools. Rolling protests all over Houston. I'm going to say it again. Rolling protests all over Houston. Rolling protests all over Houston.
Rolling protests all over Houston. Rolling protests all over Houston.
When our schools are under attack, what do? I said when our schools are under attack, what do? Whose schools? Whose schools? I'm so happy to see y'all out here today. I'm an organizer, so this makes my heart happy. I'm glad that y'all didn't make liars out of me, because I told Mike Miles a few months ago what was up. And I'm so happy to know that Houston showed up, because I don't think they told him in Dallas who we were and what we were about. I'm a parent in HISD. I'm a proud product of HISD. Jack Yates, 3rd Ward. I have a son at Yates right now. I'm a very proud Yates magnet parent. Because let me tell y'all, there's great things happening in our neighborhood schools. We knew NES wasn't going to just stop in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. We've been working to keep this from coming to y'all, but it's here now. And so I'm going to make something out of y'all today. I'm going to knight y'all. Left side, right side. Y'all organizers. We are all organizers. You need to go to your churches, your civic club meetings, your sorority fraternity meetings, your book clubs. Talk to your neighbors, whether they have kids in this district, because let me tell you, these implications of what's happening to HISD are far-reaching. Not only do we stand to lose a generation of children, to have an undereducated populace, increasing brain drain, because who's going to want to come to this state and teach? We are losing talent. But this is a sign of what's to come, because it's HISD today and it's Harris County free and fair elections tomorrow. Let me tell you, it's all connected. Greg Abbott has a plan for our district. He wants to break public education, and he's using our children to do it. That our governor was on tour like Taylor Swift last year, going from private school to private school to private school, touting vouchers. And then all of a sudden, our B-rated districts, don't just boo, organize. Our B-rated district, it wasn't perfect, was taken over. And some of us have been fighting for a long time, and we knew that our district wasn't perfect, but we knew a TEA takeover was not the answer. So what we have to do today is we have to send a message to Mike Morath. We have to send a message to Greg Abbott. We have to let them know that Houston is standing strong, and we will not go down without a fight. Our children need us. Our children have been through Hurricane Harvey. They've been through COVID. And now they're dealing with a takeover, Ike. But we're going to stand up for our kids. Our kids are going to stand up for us. And we're going to send a message. We're taking our district back today. When our schools are under attack, what do? When our schools are under attack, what do we do? Thank y'all so much. I love you. Oh, tell them I need to say my name. I'm a mom, I'm a parent, I'm also running to be the state rep in House District 146. But before all of that, I am and will always be an organizer. And y'all organizers too.
Protect public schools. 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 Good morning to you all. I am your council member, Edward Pollard. I want to welcome you all to your city hall. I'm a proud product of HISD. I have a son in HISD, and you cannot have a thriving city without a thriving public school system. So I encourage you all to continue to fight, continue to send the emails, continue to send the letters and the calls, continue for us to hear your voice. Make sure that those behind me who sit in these buildings, in these offices at City Hall, hear you. Protect public schools. Protect public schools. Protect public schools. Protect public schools. God bless you all.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Gene Wu. I'm a state rep from Southwest Houston. I love seeing all of y'all here, but I am sad that we have to be here. Because right now the state is sitting on a budget, a surplus that is larger than most other states' entire budgets. There's no reason we should be firing teachers. There's no reason we should be having budget cuts. There's no reason we should be closing schools. There's no reason we should be shortchanging our children. But let me tell you this. You don't think Greg Abbott knew that Mike Morath was corrupt before he appointed him? You don't think that Greg Abbott knew that Mike Miles treated his people like crap in Dallas? You don't think Greg Abbott knew that Mike Miles was going to run HISD into the ground? Because that was the plan. And let me tell everybody who's not in HISD, it's coming for you next. They're raising the standards on the STAR test. You know why? So more school districts can fail, so they can take them over. This is going to go across the state. We are just the beginning. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. None of this will stop. None of this will stop their plan until it hurts them politically. Until they lose votes. Until they lose elections. Until they lose seats. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold the person responsible for this. So when I say this next, you say, Greg Abbott. Who did this? Who's responsible? Who appointed Mike Miles? Who are we going to hold accountable? When you go home, talk to every other parent you know, talk to every other family you know, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, and you tell them, who did this?
Good morning. My name is Jolanda Jones. I'm actually the state representative for where you're standing right now. I used to be on city council. I used to be on the school board. The first thing I want to do is I want to thank Ruth Kravitz. Where is she? I want to thank Ruth Kravitz and CVPE because they were around before the takeover. They saw the plan. I've been working with Ruth since before they took over because it was obvious what they were doing. You know who else I want to thank? I want to thank the parents and the supporters who've come on recently because it's never too late. And now we see diversity when we didn't see diversity before. Because I got invited to the second board meeting. I heard about what Mike Miles was doing at the very first board meeting, not listening to black and brown parents and their children. And I did say it again. I refused to believe it. I said, I've got to see this with my own eyes. I literally went to the second board meeting And his disrespect, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles can see it. Of us, Helen Keller as well. Let me say this to you. We can, somebody said Helen Keller can hear. We can protest all we want to. And if all we do is protest, it's not gonna matter, right? Let me tell you as an elected official what I need for you to do. I've been trying to have a meeting with Mike Miles since that second board meeting. He literally has refused to meet with me. That's fine, right? Because be careful what you wish for, you might get it, right? About a month ago, I received a request to meet with him to talk about a proposed bond, okay? Guess who didn't get a meeting? Him. But here's my point. We've got to vote. That's a no-brainer. You know what elected officials listen to? So this is a civics lesson. Elected officials listen to two things. They listen to rich people who will contribute to their campaigns. Well, if you black and brown or working class white people, they ain't gonna listen to you because you can't contribute to their campaigns. In lieu of being wealthy, they listen to organized people. So this is what we have to do. And I'm asking you to do this. The Greater Houston Partnership, some people saying GHP, I think we should speak in terms that people understand. Greater Houston Partnership is evil because they are not protecting our children. So what we can do in this age of the internet and social media is look and see who's on the board of the Greater Houston Partnership, especially the people that are on the education committee of the Greater Houston Partnership, and boycott their businesses. Boycott their businesses. Send emails across the board. Let them know that we will not be voting for a bond until there's an elected board and a superintendent who is appointed by an elected board. So all I'm saying to you is we've got to do this. We can protest and tell stories, but we absolutely have got to hit them where it hurts, in the pocketbook and at the ballot box. If you learn nothing else from me, that is what you have to do. So I'm imploring you for the third time. We've got to send them messages that we are not going to support this fool-duggery, and we are not going to let you destroy our children. And for, again, people who have not been affected, if it affects one child, it affects all children. The best deterrent to crime is an educated kid. So when you're kicking them out of school, don't be upset when they come break into your house, okay? So we all need an an educated public school system. And finally, I say this. Vouchers are bad. They need HISD to fail. It is the largest public school system in Texas and the 7th largest in the nation. As HISD goes, the rest of the districts will go. We have got to protect HISD, otherwise Texas will deserve. And they say vote like your children's futures depend on it. You better vote like your children's lives depend on it. Thank you. My name is Jolanda Jones.
Good morning. I'm Jarvis Johnson. Greg Abbott, Mike Miles, and Mike Morath have F-worded HISD. They have failed HISD. But let me tell you what we did. My colleagues, Jean Wu, Jolanda Jones, Ron Reynolds, Christina Morales, John Rosenthal, we all stood in solidarity. And we voted against that voucher scam that Greg Abbott was trying to put forth. And we need to stand up to Mike Miles and his 1882 charter scam of sending money from his charter to out-of-state schools. And so we're going to stand up to it. We're not going to let these confusion and divisive platforms that they have destroy this education system. Because when you destroy the morale of teachers, you destroy the learnability of our children. This is not the last time that we need to do this. We have to come together and we have to make sure that every board meeting is filled to the brim with parents yelling and screaming to make sure we get them out. We have to sacrifice to get them out. I'm Jarvis Johnson, state representative, and also candidate for Senate District 15. Thank you.
Okay, we have 3 more adult speakers. We're going to chant real quickly to feel cool here. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna say equality is what we're fighting for. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equality is what we're fighting for. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fight the bigotry, fight the hate. Okay, it's really hot. There's water on either side. We'll be done in the next 10 minutes. What we have are 2 or 3 more people speaking, and then a couple 20-second students. And then we're going to clap for ourselves while we're waiting for 30 seconds. Please tell your neighbors your name. Please tell your neighbors your school. Please tell your neighbors your phone number and then get theirs. We cannot do this if we don't walk in each other's neighborhoods. That's right. Let's clap for that.
Version, but F Mike Miles today stands for Mike Miles is failing our children. F Mike Miles today stands for Mike Miles is failing our teachers. F Mike Miles today stands for Mike Miles is failing our bus drivers, our custodians, our community, our city. And I don't know about you, but I'm fed up. This is the challenge for all of us. We gotta fight. We gotta fight this hostile ISD takeover. We gotta fight against vouchers. We gotta fight against Greg Abbott. We gotta fight against Mike Morrell. And we gotta fight to fire Mike Miles.
Let's move away from the noise a little bit. You know who you gonna grab?
Yeah, I'm grabbing.
Okay.
Thank you again for talking to us. I'm Jake Flurry. I'm a Fox 26. That's my photographer, Tori.
What's up, dude?
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
Our bacon burger wouldn't be complete without bacon jam and bacon, and it's got a pepper jack cheese as well.
What has the response been? Because it's only 2 weeks old.
Yeah,
Or a couple months, you said.
Yeah, it's
So
been a
what's
couple
the
months old,
response
so
been
it's slowly moving up the ranks of our top burgers. Again, it's not on the menu, so you don't see it right now, but it'll get there.